Hi guys, welcome back to Saving Salvage and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's going to be a bit of like a garage update overview and a bit of a vlog really, because I'm waiting for parts and there's nothing I can really show you. So what I can show you though is we're going to be having a quick look at the A3. I will tell you what's wrong with it, I will show you what's wrong with it, and we'll also be taking the block and the heads to the engine specialist to check them all over, and I'll also explain to you why the Mustang is in here, and just to see basically what I plan to do for the next few projects as well, guys. So as always, if you do enjoy these videos, please do like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, please head over to my Instagram at saving_salvage. Right, let's jump straight into the A3 I reckon, and we'll have a look and I'll tell you exactly what's wrong with it. So for those of you who are not familiar with this car, I'll put the link in the corner. Watch the first video and that'll explain all. And basically we started this car, it ran, I didn't know it was going to run, it ran for about 5 seconds and it started pouring out smoke from the engine filler cap and also the breather? Oh no, come out the turbo in that. So I have off camera, let me just get my torch. I have off camera just removed the heat shield that went above the turbo here, and also as you can see I have just undone the 4 bolts for the turbo. I still can't really see anything in there, however I don't need to see anything in there because listen to this. Let me just put my fingers in there. Ready? That is my turbo core flapping around. So there's no doubt that the turbo is gone. So I have ordered a turbo core. I've ordered a cartridge, not a whole turbo, because like I did for the diesel, I'm going to rebuild this. I'm going to rebuild the turbo, so we've just ordered the cartridge, which is basically where the turbines are. So obviously I've only just ordered it probably a couple of hours ago, so that won't be here till Thursday. So I didn't want to wait another. It's been a week already since my last video. Been very busy with work, transport, last week of the month, etc. And also, as we're going into lockdown again, everyone's trying to push all the jobs this week into the first 3 days. So it's been quite busy. But I wanted to try and keep up with the consistency of doing 2 videos a week. So I thought today is just going to be better than nothing. It's a bit of an overview, not much going on, but it's better than nothing. So that is where we're at the A3. Turbo core will be here Thursday, and then we can crack on and get that rebuilt and then have a look at the other stuff. Hopefully the engine will run after that. And also, I was quite surprised, a lot of you overwhelmingly said just to rebuild the standard turbo and don't bother KO4, which my pocket thanks you for. So I have just ordered a standard KO3 turbo cartridge to rebuild this engine with, and that hopefully is what the only thing that's going to be wrong with this car. So that is the A3. I have actually taken a deposit on the Mustang, so it is sold. I'm just waiting for a seatbelt issue. So when I had the car, it was the driver's knee airbag that only went off, so none of the steering wheel, none of the dash, no other airbags went off. It was just this driver's knee airbag which I replaced. But when I was clearing the codes down, there was a fault for the seatbelt as well. And although it worked completely fine, it still had a fault in the system for the pre-tensioner. So I have ordered a new seatbelt. That is what I'm waiting for. And then hopefully the car will be going out, and that will be the Mustang gone. So I don't know actually if I showed anyone about the Mustang. So basically I had the wheels done in black, and I had 25mm spacers put on all round, and I'm unaware if I actually showed any of you guys that or not, but it just, the stance a lot better, makes it look a lot nicer. So that is where we're at the Mustang. I've probably driven this 400 miles, drives absolutely spot on, so can't fault it. It's a good car, but if I'm honest, it's just not for me. I'm more of an S3, RS3, small hatchback, 4-wheel drive, automatic, point-to-point car, and this is completely opposite to that, which a lot of people will want, but it's just not for me. So that's the update on the Mustang. So hopefully that will be going as soon as my seatbelt turns up. I'm going to MOT it, and then that'll be gone hopefully towards the end of this week. So that might actually be the last time you see this car. So that is the Mustang updated, and we'll bring you on to the block and the heads. So I'm actually taking these to the engine specialist now. So we're going to load them up into the trusty Skoda VRS, and we're going to take the block. I'm going to take all the pistons. I'm going to take the crank casing. I'm going to take the crank, and I'm going to take both heads as well. And I'm just going to get them to test the block first, and if that's okay, obviously test the crank as. So we're going to jump into the trusty Skoda VRS, which has proved its worth a lot over the last few weeks. We're going to load all this stuff into the boot, leave it with them basically. Guarantee you this is going to be flat. I haven't driven it for about a week, and the battery is temperamental at the best of times. It does need a new one. Is she going to let me down? Ah, I knew it. Pop my good old bonnet.
Kind of giving me the specials, Frank Ocean and the streets all in one.
Oh. There we go. Fires into life. Classic 5 miles range. Oh fuck. So all loaded up, ready to go, everything in the boot, and I've also got my crankshaft and all my pistons individually wrapped up in this blanket in here, and the bad shells and the rod caps are in that bag as well. So all ready to go. So that is the engine parts all dropped off. Spent a good half an hour with the guys there. I won't say who it is just yet until I've basically gone and collected everything and made sure everything is all okay. But I've spent a good half an hour with the guys there talking about what happened, told them exactly what happened. They think that the crank might be okay. They think it might be surface, basically off the bearing cap on the conrod. So really hoping that is the case. And then they said I'll just have to buy one set of shells and obviously big ends, etc. So I'm going to leave it with them. They said it's going to be a couple of weeks because they're quite busy. So obviously they're going to call me in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how it is. Hopefully everything is okay, and then I can rebuild the engine with everything absolutely perfect. So I'll go through the rest of the cars that I've actually got left. So the Q5 is gone. That's been gone around about 3 weeks now. Obviously we have the VRS there, which is an absolute weapon, doing all the running around bits now. So I've just been to drop the engine parts off in that. So we've got the RS3 here and a cat, which I'm using on a daily basis. So this is kind of my daily at the moment. I've just come back inside again because of the wind outside. So you might be asking, well, why are you dailying the RS3? Where's the S3 gone? So I've had the S3 for about 3 weeks now, and I drove it for the first week and probably did about 100 miles in it. I didn't do many miles, to be fair, and it went. It's gone. Haven't sold it, don't worry. It has gone away for some development work. So it's been away for 2 weeks now. I should hopefully be getting it back next week. I'm going to give you a bit of a clue. Well, okay, I'm going to give you a massive clue as to where it's gone now. Not going to say any more. It'll be back in about 7 to 10 days, and then I'll be back in the S3 as a daily. With regards to the RS3, obviously I haven't been able to sell it yet because it's the car I started my channel with. It is going to be a very rare car in the future. There was only 600, I think there was only 650 of those cars sold in the UK, and that's a limited run. Although it's not an official limited edition, that is a limited number of cars, and that was 8-9 years ago when they were launched. So there's probably only 500 to 550 left. So in the fullness of time, that is going to be a very collectible car. So although it's going to be years down the line, I just haven't been able to sell it yet, especially with the low mileage it's got. But I'm sure it will be sold one day. It's just not today. So with lockdown coming now as well, it's going to give me even more time in the workshop, which is good for you guys, bad for me financially, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I hope that was a good sort of overview of where we're up to at the minute, which means the next episode will be on the A3. Turbo will be coming day after tomorrow, and then we can crack on and get the turbo fitted to the A3. I'll do a complete how to fit a turbo core, a bit similar to the one I did on the A3 TDI, and then hopefully that's all that's needed to fix this car engine wise, and then we can get the CV boot done, go everything, go on a road test, go over everything properly, and hopefully that'll be done, and then the Mustang will go, and then we can get a new project car in. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.